Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, March 30, 2022. The Jamaica Customs Agency, JCA, has secured a commitment from the British government for funding to replace its intelligence management system. A Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, was signed yesterday between the JCA and the UK Border Force International for the undertaking and continued partnership in other areas. It represents a grant of approximately 22 million Jamaican dollars, which will be used to increase the agency's database capacity. Commissioner of Customs Velma Ricketts-Walker says collaboration such as this is an effective tool in the fight against organized crime which transcends borders.
Is that it allows us to pull on the treasure trove of data we have stored in our customs database system, commonly referred to as ASICUDA, combined with other data sources and to provide a more complete picture as it relates to suspected bad actors, their associates, and their associations.
The agency also received items that will allow its officers to detect chemical and radioactive material.
The adjuvant through barrier system will allow officers to test items within situ, but minimizing contact, whilst the personal radiation devices will alert officers to potential high levels of radiation.
More than 50 entities in the tourism sector and 95 suppliers will participate in this year's Speed Networking event on Thursday. The Tourism Linkages Network Speed Networking event will take place at the Montego Bay Convention Center beginning at 9 a.m. Minister of Tourism Edmund Bartlett is expected to deliver the main address at the opening ceremony. Director of the Tourism Linkages Network, Carolyn MacDonald Riley, tells JIS News that over the years, the initiative has benefited several small and medium-sized tourism enterprises, providing exposure for their businesses and opportunities for contracts.
It is a business-to-business opportunity where local suppliers meet with our tourism players with a view to supplying them with our tourism products. And we're going to have a display at the convention center and showcasing also some of our local manufactured products. And this display will be done by the Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Association.
New elements of this year's staging is the provision of information by a number of key stakeholders. These include information on the Tourism Workers Pension Plan, tourism incentive, training for sector workers, and offerings by the DBJ and Exim Bank. The event is hosted annually by the Tourism Linkages Network in collaboration with the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association, Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Association, and the Jamaica Promotions Corporation, JAMPRO. Also partnering are the Rural Agricultural Development Authority and the Jamaica Business Development Corporation. With agriculture being a major contributor to the country's economic growth, more young persons are being encouraged to get involved. Portfolio Minister Pernell Charles Jr. reiterated the call to students while speaking at a prize-giving ceremony at Hopewell High School recently. He stressed to them that farming provides lucrative career opportunities, and the 4-H clubs is one of the ways more students can be exposed to the business of agriculture.
Farming in Jamaica presents one of the most awesome opportunities to give back while becoming a millionaire or even a billionaire. Because guess what? Which household don't need food? Your household don't need food? Every one of us have to eat. It's a basic necessity. You live in Hanover, so you understand that even when it comes down to tourism, you have an expanding tourism product. When tourists come here, what do they want? Jamaican food.
According to Minister Charles Jr., the future of agriculture rests in the hands of our youth, who can get into areas such as agrotechnology, research, and livestock farming, to name a few. Government will be providing more support to the Mangrove Restoration project in South Clarendon. While touring the mangrove last week, Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Senator Matthew Samuda, said the project was in line with the government's plan to develop the area.
It's a very important project. It's important to the stability of the area, ecological stability of the area. It's important to the protection of the area when you have weather events like hurricanes that we've had in the past. It stops flooding, it stops the sea from coming in. It's critical to the stability of this area. we know that the area is in need of development. We can't develop without the protection of the area. So we're here to assess the stage and state of readiness for the project and to look at where the government can assist with supporting infrastructure and supporting funding if possible.
Studies to revive the mangrove forests are being led by the University of the West Indies Solutions for Developing Countries, UWI-SODECO. Data from the university shows that half of the 35,000 hectares of mangroves between Milk River and Salt River have died. Completion of the current baseline studies is projected for October this year, and the information will be used to restore the mangroves. The Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development will undertake work to address water and garbage collection in sections of Manchester. An assessment to determine the needs was done during a recent tour by Portfolio Minister Desmond McKenzie and his team. He says the water situation in Davidton will be worked on soon, and garbage receptacles will be provided and placed along a section of the Belfield Hill roadway to address dumping. Attention is also being placed on the market to improve conditions for vendors and shoppers.
The market needs extensive repair. I have asked the mayor and the technical team of the ministry to undertake a comprehensive assessment of the market and to come up with an estimate that we can look at, that we can start to address the issues.
Member of Parliament for the area, Rhoda Moy Crawford, says she's particularly happy for the minister's commitment to address the water problem.
Water is a major challenge here. So the minister was here with his team from the rural water, and they are going to be setting up a catchment system and to install several big water tanks so the residents can go there to get water.
And finally, over 30 vendors from the Port Maria Arcade in St. Mary, who were badly impacted by the recent flood rains, will now be able to replenish their supplies. The vendors were given financial support in the form of checks with an overall value of $1.3 million by the Labour Ministry yesterday. Portfolio Minister Carl Samuda says the staff at the ministry worked quickly to reduce the wait time between the request for help and when it was delivered.
In this particular case, I must tell you, I saw the empathy, I felt the empathy, because when the reports came in for the conditions that those who came here saw, we knew that we had to move and move quickly. It's no use telling people that you have resources to help them, and when the time comes to give it to them, it takes forever.
The minister says the total cost of the initiative will be more than $25 million. Communities in St. Mary, Portland, and St. Anne were affected by severe rainfall from January 31 to February 1. The handover of more checks will continue. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.